Welcome to the Core Truth, everybody. Super excited today to have the Altmans with us. Wow, what a great show. Josh, you know, I got to tell you something that when I was at your last sales meeting, I see how much you and Heather put into your team. I mean, you guys create platforms for them. You give your team every opportunity to grow and to achieve. And I saw the coaching, and now, hold on, everybody. You're actually going beyond your team and you're starting to coach the real estate world with Tom Ferry. I mean, how cool is that? And I bet everybody's excited and has been waiting for this to learn the secrets of the Altmans. So what inspired you to do that, man?
Yeah, man. First of all, Peter, we love you. Everybody listen to this. Peter is such a legend. We look up to you. You've been doing such amazing things for the business, for the industry for so long. And, you were like, hey, will you guys come on? I don't even like doing podcasts, but for you, Peter, we'll do the podcast. And you got Heather and I today, but Heather's literally closing a deal, 35 yards away. So she will be on this afterwards. So she'll be on shortly. So you got me right now, but yeah, everything's new and exciting right now, especially with the coaching with Tom Ferry. I went to Tom's event. Everybody knows Tom, obviously. Been the number one real estate coach for decades. His family, and I went to his event. I think it was like 6 months ago. And it was the big one in Dallas. It was like, I don't even remember. I think it was like 6,000 or 7,000 people in the audience and then another 20,000 watching. And we had a blast, man. We had a blast. And afterwards we were rapping backstage and we couldn't stop talking to each other. It was like everything he was saying, I was interested in. Everything I was saying, he was interested in. I said, listen, maybe we should just do something. And he goes, I love it. Let's do it. And it started, and we filmed a lot of content. I'm constantly filming a lot of content now, and we're doing a lot of stuff together, and we're having a lot of fun. So it's called the Altman Advantage, altmanadvantage.com, and that's kind of the new chapter of what I'm doing right now. Pete, I've been in this business a long time, not as long as you, but I've been in it a long time, and almost 20 years now. And then before that, I was in the mortgage business. I've gotten to a point now in my life, most importantly, but in my career also, where I want to help. It's not easy out there. And I'm sure we can talk about this for as long as you want. It's tough out there right now. It's tough out there for the real estate agent. And for us, and I don't even like anymore dropping, the numbers, but you have to. Like we've sold a lot of real estate, billions and billions and billions of real estate. And the next chapter of what Heather and Matt and I all wanted to dive into was teaching. Why not teach? We've done it. It's exciting for us. We've done it with the 100 or so agents that have come through us, underneath us, whether it's in Newport, LA, San Diego, Scottsdale, Vegas, whatever it may be, with the Altman Brothers, where the offices are, and the satisfaction to watch someone like a Jacob Green on my team, who came to me when he was 18 years old or 19 years old in his mom's station wagon. Very, very famous story, by the way. And now this guy is like, he owns multiple properties. He's selling $300 million a year. And the satisfaction of passing that down to the next generation and just teaching them what I did and how I do it. It's a very good feeling, a whole different feeling than getting a commission feeling. But that's what it is. And if you want to check it out, it's called altmanadvantage.com. And Tom and I teamed up, and it's the first coach/agent. So you're getting a totally different view than you typically would get from Tom solo, and we're having a blast.
I mean, Josh, Tom is, in my opinion, the pinnacle of coaches. The guys, I love his curiosity, his aggregation of everything pertinent and relevant in real estate. He gets all of it together, combined with you that, $1.5 billion in sales a year. You've been coaching, even though you haven't publicly coached forever. There's a saying, if you want to keep it, you got to give it away.
I like that.
I believe that with everything. No one's going to be able to take the Altman playbook and play it like the Altmans, but they can do it their own way. And
Yeah,
so,
well, that's also, that was part of it, Peter. And I see Heather walking over here, so I'll finish up with this, but that was part of it. You know, you spend your whole career like this. I don't want anybody to see. I don't want anybody to see what I got going on. Oh my God, I would never give my listing package away. You got to hide this, hide that. I don't want to give my tips away. Listen, everybody is their own business. Everybody is their own person, their own personality, their own approach. Even me giving you what I've done for me to succeed, you're going to put your own twist on it, and it's okay. And it's not, you know, that really was a big hurdle for me to get over for the last decade and a half or whatever, till I started really just telling everybody what I'm doing. But that's what it is. But we got the queen. She's here.
the movie star.
There we go. Where everybody really wants to hear from.
Hi, guys.
Hi, Heather.
How are
So
you?
what do you think about this whole coaching gig you've gotten into?
I love it. We did a small coaching program a couple years ago, like a decade ago, actually. And it was a lot of fun, and really it exposed us to something that we really love, but at the time we didn't have the time to give to it. So now we're in a different position, and partnering with Tom Ferry. I mean, who else could we partner with better than Tom Ferry? I think it's such an incredible collaboration for any agent, because you're getting two totally different mentalities and two different sets of systems that come together, and it's going to take, you know, what we're doing and even elevate it that much more.
And what's cool is it's not just for the rookie agent. It's not for the person who's just trying to break in. There's multiple different levels to it. Listen,
Yeah,
you
dig
want to
into
talk
that a
about
little bit. Like, describe a little bit about the program, like maybe the curriculum and, you know, some of the topics you're diving into, so that the audience can get an idea of what they can.
Yeah, I mean, listen, this is real life stuff, real time stuff. So the stuff that I'm teaching is stuff that you and I and everybody else is dealing with right now. It's not like, oh, hey, market's great. You know, everybody's getting listings, so this is what you should do. It's not that. I hate that stuff. I'm giving you the real deal stuff from my listings, walking out of listing appointments, in between showings, going live, whatever it may be. But there's different playbooks for each person that we designed, for the person getting in who needs to break through, for the person who's doing okay but they need that push, and then for the killers out there that are, you know, doing what we do, over 100 million a month. And so it's great. And by the way, there's none of that. I said to Tom, I don't want to do the contract stuff. I don't want to do any of that stuff. People want to show up, awesome. They don't want to show up, awesome. Doesn't matter. All good. We're going to do this. We're going to have fun with it. It's different than, I don't know, whatever you want to call them out there, but it's not what you usually see.
It's not all the fluff. Josh isn't a fluffy guy.
I don't have time for fluff.
You know, well, I mean, the one thing about you too that it has always impressed me so much is I've never seen a work ethic like what you guys, you know, exhibit. I mean, you guys are like from dawn to dusk, beyond dusk to, you know, when the crows come home, whatever they're saying, the cows, whatever. But you guys are like going full time all the time. I mean, how do you teach that to people? Because I mean, we talk about the hustle behind the glamour, right? Like everybody sees it looks glamorous. You're on your yachts, you're this, you're that, but that's just like this much of the story.
100%. I think there's phases in your career. When you are just starting off, you have to be 24/7. You have to hustle, you have to grind, you have to be available, because if you're not, there's thousands and thousands of other agents available. And if you don't have that existing business, you have to be 24/7. We've been in this business for over 20 years now, and we've afforded the ability to create some boundaries with clients. We have a family now, it's a little bit different, and our clients respect that, you know, hey, I'm going to turn off my phone for an hour, I'm with my kids. But before we had kids, even when our children were younger, we weren't turning off our phone for an hour. We were always on. But you go through different milestones of your profession and your career and figuring out when you can do that. And I think that you'll see that going through the program. of understanding when you can create those boundaries and that clients do respect it.
Isn't it funny how I was always scared that if I shut off my phone, I was going to lose a deal, right? Someone's not going to want to deal with me anymore because Josh was supposed to be 24/7. He's not 24/7. And it's going to cost me money. And I used to be the guy, I couldn't go on a vacation because I thought I'd lose a deal. There were lots of things in my life we sacrificed for a long time because of that to get to where we are. And the funny thing is, once we had kids and once we did actually make those boundaries, people just started respecting them. It's just, it's all good. They're like, oh, you're with your kids? Oh my God, I'm sorry. Call me when you're done. Like, it was almost, it's funny when you have kids, it's just a different respect you get from your clients, especially the ones that have kids. But the boundaries have really come into play now, and it's really helped us with our quality of life. With, we've been in the game a long time. Quality of life for us is really important, and giving back is really important to the real estate community. And that's kind of where we're at right now.
I think to touch on though, even though we give ourselves boundaries, when we're on, we're giving it 200%. So I think that's also a huge part of it. Sure, you can have some off time and, have some weekends or evenings, but you also, when you are on, you have to be, giving it 200%. Or, hey, I was at, my child's birthday party. And, now the rest of the Saturday I am working, I'm sending my emails, reviewing my contracts, getting on calls to review inspections. It's not like we're totally off and we're working this glamorous Monday through Friday, 9 to 5 banker hours, because that doesn't exist in real estate either.
We did an open house the other day together. We had a little competition to see who can pick up more clients, because we keep each other on each other's toes. And
healthy competition between husband and wife is always good for the marriage.
Well, you know what? I mean, I call you guys the power couple of real estate. You really are. It's like amazing. And how do you guys like keep that all together? You have a beautiful family life. You have beautiful children. It's really, and I know you're with your parents a lot. I mean, you guys, family is important to you. I know that.
Yeah.
And I know you're strong faith. I've heard that. You know what I mean? You have a very strong faith. And so how does that all play into everything?
It's hard to find a balance. It truly is. I don't think there's ever a perfect balance. You go through ebb and flow of, again, points in your life when some things become more priority than others. But like you said, family has always been a priority. But our family also recognizes that we love what we do, and we take our career very, we're our clients selling their houses. That's a very important position to be in, and we don't take it lightly. So they respect that, when we're on, we're 100% on, and having a support system around you that supports you and what you're doing is huge.
I mean, you could ask Ace what he wants to do when he's older. He'll tell you he wants to be a real estater.
Really? My daughter's like running from that. She wants to run the other direction.
Unfortunately for our kids, they're going to be working for the Altman Brothers probably mid-high school. I don't know what the legal age to get your license is, but I can tell you it's 18. Oh, there you go, because you got it when you were 18.
I got it when I was 17.
Oh, in Vegas, it was 70. Heather's been doing this longer than I have. And but also, listen, teamwork makes the dream work. I do want to say that it's, a lot of people, they watched the show for 15 years. They watched all that stuff, and they don't realize the machine behind what was me on the show.
Well, let's dig into that a little bit. I mean, you and Matt, you guys were like, I think, hawking loans. You were trying to flip houses, and it wasn't easy. You had your ups and downs. From that to Hollywood. I remember at your open, I'll never forget this, Josh, when we were like, you had your opening at your office in West Hollywood, and you and I were standing outside, and cars were screeching to a stop for autographs. And I'm thinking to myself, oh my God, real estate's gone celebrity. And you really changed it. You know what I mean? So how do you get from, hawking loans to TV? And then we'll get into you guys, like why you decided to leave the show, because I think that's interesting too.
Yeah, I mean, listen, everybody will tell you, still the same dude hustling from day one, whether I was, hawking loans or flipping houses or trying to come up with the, next big thing. Same guy. So, but for us, really, you know, that whole thing was fun, but the way that we used the show as a platform to benefit the business was always first priority for us. A lot of people, you know, go on these TV shows and they want to be famous. They want to be well known or this or that. For us, from day one, even to the little things, Peter, which I talk about this a lot. You know, I was this little, you know, cocky kid, and you know, in my suit, and I was like, listen, people might not like me, or they might like me, but at least I'll be in a suit, so everybody will take me seriously. Because when that show started, I think I was like 29 years old.
Yeah.
And I was fighting to just get enough listings to fill a 12 episode show, which means all I needed was 12 listings that year. And it was a grind. I was like, I am not going to not get on the show because I don't have 12. And so, listen, a lot of stuff helped form, you know, what the Altman Brothers is today. We're forever grateful for the show $1 Million Listing. We love Bravo. We love World of Wonder. We love NBC. And the show was such a big, I mean, look, I tell you right now, the best part about the show, I got to meet my wife on the show. And so it was such a big moment, such a big part of my life. But that chapter's come and gone. It's all good, nothing but love for it. But this is the next chapter we're in right now. We don't look back, we look forward always.
What's life like after TV? I mean, how would you describe the difference?
Oh gosh, I thought our life would slow down, but it only continued to stay as busy in different ways. You fill that time with other things, but all good things. We are so obsessed with our kids and really creating memories with them and doing activities and experiences with them, not just having, you know, dinners or going to a soccer game. Like, we're in it with them, doing bike rides all the time and playing pickleball and paddle boarding.
Football coach right here.
Josh is the assistant
football coach
on the flag football team.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah,
I think I'm pretty good.
Are we still going to do a beach workout with your team? Is that still
anytime, Pete? I was on the paddleboard the other day. I was thinking about you. I was rolling calls on the paddleboard. I was thinking about you the other day.
Yeah, Pete. I love that. I love that. Hey, listen. So, you guys just recently moved down to Orange County. You've got your Corona. This is your second office you've opened. You've got your West Hollywood, your Corona Del Mar. I know you go equally between the two offices. You guys broke into Corona Del Mar like nobody's ever broken into that marketplace. I am telling you, I was down there. It is difficult. And you guys came in and just started grabbing listing after listing. It's so exciting. And so talk, and now you're living there. And I think the boat you're on right now is in that harbor. So talk about that a little bit. That's really exciting.
I'll let you. Well, listen. First of all, before we get into it, we are not full time anywhere.
We're full time in our car.
Yeah.
Stuff.
So, we're 50-50 LA and Newport.
Yeah, I was just in LA yesterday doing some showings and a 2.5 hour battle back from LA to see the kids before they went to bed. But you know,
we are where
timing
was
where
we
because the express lane went in right when you guys did this. So now
we made sure that happened, Pete. We made some calls.
Right.
No, I can tell you that I was the driving force behind us expanding down to Orange County. I had always loved OC, and Balboa Island was my little slice of heaven from when I was a child. We would visit. Finally, once we had kids, I got Josh down there. He's like, what are we doing down in Balboa Island? What is this place? By day 2, he is on his bike. We're looking at real estate with no shoes, no shirt on. He's like, we're fine. I love this place.
No shoes, no shirt, no worries.
But we immediately, it just organically happened that we found this vacation home that we loved and found this place that we absolutely loved and started making contacts and inviting friends down. And then friends were wanting to buy houses. They're like, wow, this is a slice of heaven. And so, you know, fast forward, I don't know, gosh, almost 8 years later since we started really coming down and making this our second home. Here we are and we love it. And I think what's really made a difference is we weren't here to like claim territory or, you know, hey, this is the next best spot in California. We want to make that our new home base because we see an opportunity. It was just this organic love for the community, for the lifestyle here. And I think that resonated with a lot of, people living down here, the agent community also. We've done a lot of events and community programs as well that we push through with the Altman Brothers. And we have a great team. We've really hand selected each individual agent on our team.
It's such a great, it's our extended family, which is always how we run the business anyways.
Well, that's the point I'm going to make next, is that you guys collaborate with other agents so well. I mean, truly, not only agents within Element, with outside of Element, you guys are collaborators. You share listings. You joint. I think you leverage each other. Agents leverage your brand. You leverage, contacts and things like that, working together in a very, very collaborative way. Talk to us a little bit how that works within your organization, within that Altman team and outside the Altman team.
Well, I first of all, there's always enough listings to go around for everybody. So I learned a long time ago, very early on, especially for a lot of people who are watching this, and maybe it's the last 60 days or so of the year, and they got to figure out, is this going to be the difference of a okay year, a bad year, or a good year for them? I learned a long time ago that 50% of something's a hell of a lot more than 100% of nothing. And at first, of course, me, that's what I wanted to do. But when you actually learn to leverage not only the agents that work with you and work for you, but leverage the agent community, it really opens up a whole entire new side of the business. A lot of people don't know this, but we have dinner with about 8 other agents who, no joke, are our competition. And you would be like, wait, what? You sit with them once a month and what? And we break bread and we drink a lot of wine and we have a lot of fun. And you would never think we do that. But there's, when you're in the business for so long and you go up against people nonstop, the same, how it is, it's the same 10 people, right? You're going up against the same 10 people. At some point, it turns from dislike to respect the competition. And it's actually really healthy to think that way. And since then, maybe listen, everybody loses listings. I talked about this on my coaching the other day. It's not like, somebody loses a listing and they get really upset and they get down. And it's like, listen, when you win the Super Bowl, there are a lot of teams out there that lose 2 or 3 games that year. You're going to lose. You're going to lose because it's just part of the business. You're going to lose a listing. And the more deals you do and the more successful you get, actually, the more you're going to lose. And so, the thought process has changed. It's like, well, wait, I'm going to lose this listing. I'm going to call another agent and refer it to them and set them up. And I end up making 25% off the listing that I was going to lose. Or, hey, you know what? So-and-so is really good in this area. Time is money. I don't want to drive back and forth to wherever area it is. Maybe it's too far out. I'm going to co-list it and we'll work it together. And it becomes successful. So a lot of that stuff really unlocked a whole new side of the business, which is really respecting the competition and teaming up, even though they're not on our Altman brother team.
Yeah, because referrals is a big part of your business, and referrals is really that. I think if you really analyzed your business, is probably 80% of it. And so,
well, I would say referrals was definitely at least, if I had to guess, at least 300 million a year in sales is from referrals. Out of the whatever we sell this year, 1.3, 1.4, whatever.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So the outside agents are one of your clients in a way, because not only they bring you offers, they've got to tell you guys when they have their pockets. So you have to build that relationship.
100%. Also, when you're showing the property and you're trying to structure a deal, you want to have that rapport with the other side, because otherwise they're like, I don't know who this person is. They didn't help me on the last deal, so I'm not going to do them any favors. It's really important.
That's a great point.
Yeah.
That stinks. That stinks when you got to negotiate with somebody and you don't like each other compared to.
Or you just even take out the don't like, you just don't have a relationship with them. Really creating that relationship and nurturing that. So that's why Caravan's so important, because it opens the door for you to have face-to-face with all these other agents, their listings, have a quick 5-minute conversation. So when you do decide to make an offer on one of their properties at some point in your career, hey, remember me? I met you at that open house. Our kids both go to the same school, or, whatever. And you can start, really having that conversation then about, oh yeah, I like them. Let me try to help them get this deal. Like,
Yeah,
I
I mean,
know
nothing's cooler than when you get an offer from someone you're cool with, and you're like,
the
okay,
deal's going to be easy.
let's go.
I know we can work well together.
Yeah.
It's very important.
Because you got to work together to get a deal done. Listen, someone's gonna. I always say, there's.
You got to take the ego and the pride out of the deal. And we've gone through many deals with some agents where they can't take that out of the equation, and it makes it so difficult.
Yeah.
And the only people it's hurting are your clients. And that's what we're here to do, is service the client. So you want to make sure that you take care of those relationships.
Whenever I get in those situations, I always remind myself, do I want to be right or do I want to be rich?
Yeah.
And I choose rich every time.
Right. I don't need
There
to
has
be right.
been an occasion.
Do I want to be happy or do I want to be
There's
right?
been a lot of
There's
occasions
another one.
I choose right, actually,
Or
unfortunately.
do you want to be right or do you want to be happy? It's one or the other. So
Yeah. Jeez.
that's really classic. Wow. So, legacy. Let's talk legacy for a minute. I mean, people that make the kind of money you guys have made and have had the careers you've had, I mean, you could retire. I mean, you literally could retire. You keep going, you keep opening more businesses. I love how you monetize everything. You guys are just like my role models. I just look up to you so much. Let's talk about that a little bit. I mean, you're gone into coaching now with Tom Ferry, which, by the way, is just head turning. Really, really two top at their game, getting together. I know that you're working on a thing called Home Lock, which is exciting. This new, betting against the market.
Lock.
Home value lock. What a cool idea. And you're doing that with Stephen Kotler, right? And Jonathan Miller.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. We love Stephen, and Jonathan is, so well known in the business. And look, we have always, since being on the show, been very interested in different prop tech companies, ways where we can simplify different things in our business, things that our clients would want in real estate. We get pitched a lot. I don't know, people think we're on Shark Tank or something for the past 15 years, but we get pitched all the stuff. But a lot of it's real estate, and we say no to everything, except for, probably less than a handful of things. And so that's one of them. I was blown away by what the company was, and that's, we can get into this another time, but it's amazing. Check it out. It's called Home Value Lock. Basically, buyers are protecting the downside of their equity, and it's super affordable, and it's for the masses. And that was interesting because it was helpful. It wasn't, we sell houses to a lot of wealthy, big time people and big time houses, but it's more satisfying being able to figure out how we can help the masses, how we can help the everyday buyer buying a $300,000-$400,000 house somewhere in the country, where they can protect their equity just in case a market turns up to 10%. And listen, if that $1,000 saves you $100,000, like what that saves for that family, if they have to relocate, if they have to, if they get a new job, if they, have a child and have to move to a different school district or whatever it may be, upsizing, downsizing, that was really cool because it was helpful for the everyday home buyer. And so that's what attracted us to that. We have an amazing company that we're with called Redy, R-E-D-Y, and that's amazing. That's an amazing platform where you bid to buy listings to sell, which is having huge success right now. We love that.
It's great because it not only it benefits both parties, it benefits the seller and it also benefits the real estate agent. Instead of going and spending $5,000 to $10,000 on Zillow leads and buying zip codes and hoping that you're going to get a listing, you actually pay the seller $5,000. In exchange, they give you the listing, so it's a guaranteed lead. And for the seller, it's great because they get immediate money in their pocket, and now they have an agent who is motivated to sell and get their investment back.
That's right. So if you're not on that, by the way, if you're an agent and you're not on that, because I don't know if you see, but on my story a lot on my Instagram, I'm like, looking for an agent in, Wisconsin, new listing. And so I do that. So if you're not an agent on that, you're not going to have a shot at that listing. So get on that. So it's ready, REDY, ready.com. And what else? I don't know. But obviously, look, at the end of the day, Peter, you know us, we hustle. We can't stop. Can't stop, won't
Build the
stop.
empire. Build the empire.
And
I
listen,
love
this
it.
can
But
be.
it always comes back to real estate. It
Yeah.
comes back to being a real estate agent at the end of the day. Everything that we're doing doesn't work unless we have the Altman Brothers. So
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
everybody wants to be in our business because so much money flows through our business. Think about it. Nothing happens until a sale is made. And then once a sale is made, everything goes into motion. Moving companies, escrow companies, mortgage companies, all of this stuff. So
Yeah.
to me, we're such business, we're such a big part of the economy. And I think everybody's trying to figure out how to get into our business and to do that more.
Are they, or are
What-
they figuring out how to stop all real estate agents from making money?
Well, they're trying to, but I don't know how that happens because
I
the
don't know
value you
either.
guys bring to every transaction is such a real value. I mean,
we've spent a lot of time really diving into AI, and I do believe that AI is going to replace a lot of businesses. I'm not sure it's going to be replacing the real estate agent. You were talking about people's 99.9% of their biggest investment of their life, and I think it's going to be a long time till someone does not need the hand holding that you physically do. It's just only agents will understand that. It's not what it looks like. It's not what it looks like on TV. It's not what any of that stuff. And that, it's
like trying to replace your doctor. It's just different. It's not possible to replace a doctor with an AI expert, similar with real estate agents, I think.
Yeah.
Well, look how what a large mistake, even Zillow trying to value two houses across the street from each other. It doesn't understand that one is on the ocean side and the other's not, and things like that. So there's a whole, and you mentioned even agents have to get out on caravan. You mentioned that they have to actually stand on the real estate. You can't, I would never buy a piece of property without standing on it. I don't think you guys would either. I mean, unless
not only
you just
standing on it, being there. Man, how many times do we spend it at the houses we buy? I mean,
we're there at all hours of the day so that you can really see what's happening, how the sunlight is, if there's a breeze that comes through with a smell. I mean, you want to know, you want to hear the people next door when they come home from work, what's the noise level from the neighbors, all that stuff.
I remember when I had a client from Saudi Arabia, was in LA in Beverly Hills, and I was showing him houses, and he goes, Josh, I want to see the house at 4 a.m. and I want to be there till 6 a.m. And I'm thinking to myself, how the heck am I going to get the homeowners to allow this? And it was a big deal. It was like $16 million. And I'm like, oh my God, there's no way this is going to happen. Somehow I got it done where we allowed him to stand outside on the front porch, which was sufficient enough. But people want to know people want to know at all times. But I think it's really important.
I had to get a client the ability to sleep in the house overnight. I actually had to arrange that. I mean, I got it done, Josh. I don't know how I sold that. And it was really funny because the buyer was the owner of S.E. Rykoff, and the owner was the owner of Florsheim. So we had these two pretty big egos, and we got it done. They got to sleep in the house.
That's
in the owner's
amazing.
bed.
Honestly, though, I'm surprised that's not a thing part of the contingency period. Like buying a house that you've never slept in before, and then all of a sudden you sleep there, and you're like, oh my gosh, what is that noise in the middle of the night?
It's pretty crazy to think about it, right? You're shelling out millions and millions of dollars for a place you've never slept in before.
Yeah.
I never thought about it like that, but there you go. There you go.
Getting married.
Hey, listen, for the right price, you take the house right now. Let's sleep there for a week.
Right. All right. Well, so I don't want to take too much of your time. Thank you so much for being on this. But what would you tell your younger selves as you look back over this wonderful journey and adventure you guys have been on so far? And what kind of advice would you give yourselves?
Good question.
Well, I think my advice for the young, not the younger us, the younger agent in the business, the somebody coming up, someone's going through what we went through when we started, when Heather used to drive around with a contract in the back of her car in Las Vegas, you know, door knocking $100,000 houses, and me pounding the phones at Hilton and Highland in 2007 trying to get a deal. You know, you got to love what you do. You can't be in this business because you see some TV show and you see guys and girls in a fancy suit or in a nice car. That's not what this business is about. This business, you gotta really love it, and you gotta understand that you're helping people with the biggest investment of their life, and it's a big moment in their life. But if you're gonna do it and you love it, you have to respect the business. You have to be an expert in your craft. Know the MLS like it's your Bible. Like really dive in and be all in and respect the business. And you know, you'll be successful. You got to realize time is money. You start to get into a high-end market. There's very little room for error. And I think what unlocked us to get to a certain level is people really respecting our knowledge of the market, and they felt comfortable. And at that point, we were telling people what to buy. They weren't deciding, we were telling them. And that for us was I think a big part of our business. What do you think?
I think, you know, I started off with a mentor. I think that's huge. Always having a mentor when you get in the business.
I agree.
I started when I was 18. I had a mentor that was huge, and I always had a mentor throughout every phase of my career. Even now, we still have mentors in our life that are helping us, guide us through.
She's my mentor.
But commitment, consistency, and good habits. You know, those having the foundations are huge. Yeah. And just because you start to get a little success, don't forget about the foundation of your business. You have to keep those good habits and that consistency going. Don't let that fall through the cracks, because all of a sudden, you know, you have 5 escrows closed and you haven't been nurturing your lead system. You're going to be dead quiet for a few months again until you start really pushing that out again. So I think it's important.
Yep, and that is why you should sign up for the Altman Advantage, because not only do you get Tom Ferry and my point of view, you get Heather's point of view. So you're going to get another different approach. You get Matt's point of view. You get all of it. So it's that's
remembering the people that helped you along the way, and that reminds me, we got to give a shout out to Matt, big part of the team. He's not here with us today, but how much do you guys love having Matt on the team, and what does he do to really like propel
Matt's on a flight just landing right now. He was in Scottsdale the last 48 hours, sent me pictures of some outrageous listings we have coming up out there. And it's nonstop. And the coolest part about what we do is, one, it's a family, but also that we can divide and conquer. And, you know, it's, hey, I can't be there. Matt, can you be there? Can you do this? So there's 3 of us. We spread it out. And super proud of Matt. Matt, the last couple of years, I mean, obviously his whole career, but the last couple of years turned it up. Like, it's
competition. Cool. It's the competition between the boys.
Well, now we have different competitions on which office is going to sell more. And I've never seen somebody, what's cool about Matt is I've never seen somebody, you know, we move a lot. Right? Because that's what we do. When you see 10 houses a day, you fall in love, you buy houses. That's our hobby, and that's what we do, and that's what we invest in.
Right.
I've never seen someone immerse themselves in every community that he buys a house in and then dominates. Like when Matt lived in Hancock Park, I have to confirm this, but I'm pretty sure we have the highest sale in Hancock Park, the second highest, third highest, 5th and 6th highest ever in history. And so, and Matt accomplished that while buying a house for, I forgot what it was, whatever, $6 million, and selling it 2 years later for $8 or $9 million, all while dominating the whole community. It was just like, wow. I've never seen someone do what he does, every community he lives in. So big shout out to Matt Altman, my brother, my older brother. All right. He's older. And yeah.
Make sure everybody knows that. I love it. Yeah, my older brother, same thing. Well, Heather, Josh, thank you guys so much. You both are so cool. I love you to death. Thank you for being on my little podcast. I appreciate it.
No, thanks
Enjoy
for
the
having
rest of your.
us.
You bet. And that's it, everybody. That's the
Love
core.
you, Pete.
We're gonna
Yep.
see you on the beach boot camp next.
Will
Maybe
do.
we could do a live podcast of us doing the beach boot camp.
Yes, that'll be super fun.
See you,
All right,
brother.
everyone. That's the core truth.
Bye, Peter.